All right. What's going on YouTube and Facebook? What's going on for everybody out there? And welcome to another episode of the PTSD show. And we back with another interesting topic. So today's topic, we gonna dive into cancel culture. And basically, I got a question for y'all out there. So do y'all think with the cancel culture, has it gone too far? So with canceling people, we already know if you have an opinion or anything, and then like the general public or society, they if they don't like your opinion, then they want to just get rid of you. At all, they want to just get rid of you for everything, like take away your job, take away like everything. They don't want to see your face, they don't want to hear from you or anything. So I just want to ask y'all out there in Facebook and YouTube, and I also want to ask PTSD crew, uh, has cancel culture gone too far? So like, do y'all think that it's reached a level of just ignorance? Do y'all think people are just canceling people, just following as sheeps and everything? Just like, oh well, he got canceled, so let's all just get on the bandwagon. So do y'all think that's gone too far? And I'm gonna start with Dre on this one. So what would you think, Dre? Do you think cancel culture went too far?
Yeah, I feel like cancel culture is going to. I ain't even want to say a bit. They're going like way overboard when it comes to canceling people. Like you got, it's so bad to the point where they even canceling like song lyrics from back then when you was a kid of saying something like we heard about the Beyonce I think "Cater to You" song. Something like that, and I think they're trying to cancel some. I don't know how the hell you even cancel a song
that's already been out, right?
But yeah, you cancel they canceling song lyrics that existed back then. Didn't have a problem with it up until this point.
I heard
you know
about
what I'm
that
saying?
too.
Which is crazy. But you got a lot of people canceling people for having an opinion on certain stuff or on particular topics that that they are entitled to have an opinion on. You don't have to agree with everything somebody says. If you have your own opinion on something, you should be able to state that opinion without people trying to cancel you to a degree. But I think that canceling people that have a platform or that have something behind their name as to why they're doing that, and they feel like if you have an opinion that doesn't go along with what they believe, they want to cancel you from being on having an influence on people. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you see a lot of platforms getting canceled for something they said. Like we can even use the well, it didn't even get to the canceling point, but you could see like with the whole Kanye West situation when he was talking about the Jews and stuff like that, and you see with the cancel culture going so big, you see if you watch the Drink Champs episode, they took that episode down because they knew that they would get backlash if they would have kept that episode out there. If you get what I'm saying, so that's the power that the cancel culture have on people to the point where they're so afraid to put their content out there because of the fear of getting canceled for something somebody else may have said when you have the freedom to speak on what you believe. You get what I'm saying? So I just think that the cancel culture is allowing people. I mean, it's putting people in a situation where they can't have a voice when you're supposed to be able to have a voice. That's in the amendments in the Constitution. To the Constitution that you have the freedom of speech, but it's like you don't have a freedom of speech at this point if you're going to keep getting canceled for something you say. And even if we can use jobs for example, if somebody have an opinion on something and they put it online and the jobs are aware of it, they can fire you for something you put out there on social media. If you get what I'm saying, so it's like you have to really be careful when it comes to a situation like this. And I feel like people really, it's like you really got to keep stuff to yourself at this point, and it's messed up that you should have to do that. But it's just like what are you left to do at this point? You know what I'm saying? So it's just like cancel culture is just it's taking it to a level that it doesn't really have to be at. So that's my opinion on that.
Okay. Tony,
Yeah.
do you think cancel culture has went too far?
Yeah, of course. Like what Man was saying, anybody that got a different opinion, is they're gonna make it a problem or come at the person for having a difference in opinion. But the essence of all of this, it ain't even just a difference of opinion. The reason cancel culture is a thing is because they go against people that speak the truth. So anytime somebody tell the truth and it don't conform with regular society, they cancel you because everybody hates the truth. You got some people that learn to live with it and understand what it is and accept it, but the average person, and just a lot of times women. That's why when they do studies about between women and men, they say women are the biggest consumers. They consume more than men. They will buy more things than men because men are pretty simple creatures. So we have a lot of the influence is like women based. A lot of women don't like the truth. A lot of guys don't either, but like I said, a lot of women don't like the truth. So whenever somebody speaks or goes against you got women just on like relationships and stuff like that, and then you got people that talk about the powers that be, because that's a whole nother level. So people that talk about truth, about what the powers that be do against the average little man or just a citizen or just a regular person, when they speak on the atrocities of what the average citizen go through and what the powers that be do to the little people, that's because by those being facts, they don't want you to put that out there. I mean, just keeping it real, just like the whole Jews thing. There's nothing wrong with saying that Jews own their own media. They do. That's not disparaging them and talking crap about them. That's a fact. That's either a fact or it's an opinion. Black people don't own media. Mexicans don't own media. Polish people don't own media. Like, the Jews own media. So when you be like, oh, well, the Jewish own the media, and since they own the media, they can pay whatever narrative they want because they run it. How is that bashing them? That's not talking crap. That's just the truth.
Right.
If you want something approved, like even with big movies in Hollywood, like I think you wasn't in there. When we was at your house, you was in the room. We was talking about like Black Panther, the first Black Panther, when people went crazy, all Black Panther. We got our own Black Panther. I know, right? It was like we got our first representation of a black film. But I was like, remember, in order for it to come out into the public, the Jews or the people in the higher media they gotta approve it before it gets put out there, because they control what? Distribution.
Right.
Yeah. So I mean, it's whatever they approve of. If they green light it, then that means it's okay to be put out. Just like if they know it's gonna tear them up or be a detriment to them, they not finna spread your stuff out there. You're not finna be popular. And whatever you put out there, if they own the media, even if you upload videos, if they found you, they could just cancel you and demonetize your videos or cut your videos off or delete you. They could delete your videos and stuff. Yeah. So yeah, it's just. But I notice once again that always happens when somebody's speaking the truth about what's really going on, because they actually want the average person to be asleep. So when you're not sleeping, you woke, and not even with this fake woke. I'm talking about real woke, because you have fake woke too.
Yeah.
And there is way more fake woke than real. So what people, like when you're talking about like how corrupt the system is, like the government and stuff like that, and who owns what and who controls what and who gives the green light to this and who gives the green light to that. It ain't us. It ain't the middleman. It ain't the little man. It ain't the average person. There's somebody that's at the top sitting, orchestrating like a puppeteer. So when you speak on that, you just supposed to be hush hush and not say nothing about it. And then when you do, you breaking the law from not. You know what I'm saying? So basically, you wrong for calling out bad people. If bad people should be called out because they're bad and they're hurting people, you're supposed to call them out. But in this world, when you call out bad people, you're wrong for doing it, and you're not supposed to do it. So yeah, cancel culture is just. It's long, and they go back to what I said last time when we talked about this on the last podcast. People need to stop saying, well, the world is a balance because you have good and you have evil. Yes, it's good and evil. But people, when you say that, you're implying that it's 50% bad, 50% good. Half bad, half good. Mm-hmm. I'm like, no, it's like 80-20 or 90-10. Way more evil than good. Because that's why I was talking about the good fight. The good fight would never stop fighting, because you will always have to fight because there's so much evil out there. And by being so much evil out there, you can never really overcome it. You could just win little victories here and there, but evil is going to triumph. Until God come back and fix everything and correct stuff the way it's supposed to be, until that happens, it's always going to be way more wicked and evil than good. So when you speak real, they're going to silence you. And if you get too bad, they'll kill you.
That's true.
But a lot of times before they even do that, they'll make people think that you're crazy. So now even though you're telling the truth, if they get the whole world to think you're crazy, you're not going to function normally now because everybody think you're crazy. But if that don't stop you and you still pushing, then they'll just kill you. Yeah. So it is what it is. Cancel culture is bad. And they always done stuff like that, but since we have social media, it's to like the 10th degree now because everybody has a phone. Mm-hmm. But you always had people that died back then that way before social media was out. If they leaked certain government secrets about how wicked the world is or the people up top is doing something, then that person to come up dead. Yeah, so that's like that was like the old school version of cancel culture, meaning I mean, they still kill you today, but it wasn't on social media. So the people who they told was privy to the people that knew about that. But now social media, you can say it on tape, on video, and everybody that got a TikTok or whatever can see what this top former ex-government person or ex-secret agent said or something like that. Mm-hmm. So now it's just more prevalent and everybody can see it.
So So do we all believe that there shouldn't be no cancel culture?
That's a fine line. See, if everything is done righteous, you're supposed to try to put out fires.
Yeah.
So stuff that's wicked and that's harming society and harming the world and harming and getting over on people and being a detriment to mankind, then yeah, you're supposed to put that out. But in the world we live in, wicked does wrong by people and do people wrong, and then when somebody wants to fight against it and call it out, they want to kill the good person for talking about it.
I feel you.
So it's nothing wrong with cancel culture, but if you praising righteousness and getting rid of wickedness, yeah. But in this world, it's the other way around. Like when you right, that's why they got that saying, "No good deed goes unpunished."
Yeah,
so they hurt everybody that's right and keep alive and prop up everybody that's bad.
Yeah.
So if they do it the right way, then yeah. But if they doing it the wicked way, no.
True. Because I was gonna play devil's advocate on that, but I agree with what you said. Well, as far as like, I believe cancel culture is inherently supposed to be good.
Yeah.
But I just think as people, they take it to a point where it doesn't need to be at. You know what I'm saying? Because you can say, like, what if an artist is making bad music as far as like that's influencing the young crowd to do bad things? So would it be wrong to not cancel them?
Right,
You know what I'm saying? So
right, exactly.
it's like, it's not inherently wrong. It's just the fact that, like you said, we promote wickedness in a way. So
Exactly.
there's nothing wrong with wanting to cancel something that's wicked.
Yeah,
You know?
and then it ain't even like you said, like, because I know you said is cancel culture bad. When you do it righteously, it's not cancel culture. It's just called rules and regulations. Like you have a society, you have a government, like just going back to God with the laws. He has, if you have no laws and order, it's gonna be if you have no law and order, it's gonna be chaos and it's gonna be anarchy and everybody gonna be doing their own thing, going crazy. So you need law, you need order for everybody to follow. You still have your freedom, but it's a certain code that everybody's on the same page on. That's a common law, and everybody respect it to keep society pushing and keep it going.
All right.
So when you have anarchy, like eventually there's going to be an end of society because there's nothing in place to perpetuate families and nations and legacies and passing on seed and stuff like that. So you need an order of things to keep life going. When there's no order, even though life is currently here, eventually it'll die out, it'll phase itself out because there's no order to how you do things. So you need order. So you need to, like I said, when people say you police your own communities, you're supposed to build communities. And when you have more families have, when more families is in a certain area, it becomes a community. And then when those people have kids and then their kids have kids, that's how communities grow. So you need law and order. And remember, with more people, there's more chance of like crime and chaos because when you have more bodies being born. So yeah, it's just about a regulation. You gotta keep some stuff in line. This is you have the freedom to do this, but you can't go beyond these walls because you will get checked because you doing this as hurting somebody else and that's unfair to that person. So everybody needs laws and regulations. So cancel culture is not bad. It's just you literally policing and governing your own community or your society, and purging it of evil and wickedness. And it's supposed to be righteousness, but of course it's the other way around. So people purge the righteous and then praise the good, praise the wicked. So, yeah.
I agree 100% with y'all. Cancel culture did go too far, and it went too far to a point where I think people follow blindly. So they get on this bandwagon with the cancel culture, and my problem with it is they only getting on this bandwagon because they pretending. So like with the Kanye West stuff, like when he said like Jews own half media, Jews own the media, which ain't canceling in my opinion. It's just telling the truth. But a lot of people got on him and hounded him like, oh, that's bad, that's anti-Semitic and everything. And what he said, like with the DEFCON 3, now that was crazy in my opinion. That's what he said was crazy, but he was speaking facts. But they get on this bandwagon and they just act like they care. And it's like, oh yeah, that's wrong. And it's just like, I don't think you cared in the first place. I just think most of these people that get on this cancel culture bandwagon, they just like attention hungry. They just attention hungry and they just act like they a good Samaritan. Like, oh, I matter, or I'm doing the right thing, and they don't even care in the first place. It's kind of like like starving children in Africa. Everything. It's an unfortunate thing. It's an unfortunate event, but you got people that are like trying to change and everything, and then you got the ones that's like, oh, I'm fake doing it because I'm getting money or stuff, or I'm getting paid.
Right.
I don't really care about kids starving in Africa. I'm just doing it because I'm just getting paid and everything. So they'll talk that talk and everything, and it's just like you don't even care in the first place. And then the other problem with cancel culture is they canceling people and they getting rid of people that are innocent or don't have anything to do with it or just having their opinion. So you got people that lost their jobs. You got people that lost homes. You got people that lost fan bases, everything, because they were speaking the truth and everything. So I think that's just the problem because it gone too far because you ruining people's lives. You know, to get jobs and everything. You know, to make a living. You taking that. This culture is taking that away from them, and I think it's the sadistic mind of power. It's like, yeah, I did that. I ended him. I did. It's just, it's sick to me. It's sick to me because it's like, you don't control that person's life. Yeah, you could say what he said is wrong, but you not. But they acting like judge, jury, and executioner at this point with they, with they livelihood, and that's what I don't agree with. Because I'm like, with Kanye, well, it's like me saying with Kanye West, what he said, like with the DEFCON 3 and stuff. Yeah, it was wrong, but I'm not finna be here like, get rid of everything, take away everything from him. Mm-hmm. I don't have the power to do that. I can say that, but I can't force that on him.
You sound like you could disagree with somebody.
I could disagree. Yeah, I could disagree. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with disagreeing. If y'all don't have the same opinions, or if y'all don't see eye to eye with something, that's completely fine. I'm just telling y'all that because a lot of people are getting debates. And they be mad as hell. They be mad and they don't want to talk to you. They don't want to do nothing. And I'm just like, yo, we still cool. And they like, nah, it's because of what I have, in my opinion. They don't share the same opinion. So it's like, I can't rock with you. It's like, what? That don't mean I hate you just because I disagree with you. Or just because we have a different opinion. That don't mean I hate you. That don't mean I despise you. It's just we see different stuff. We see eye to eye differently. We see stuff differently. That don't mean I despise you. But they'll take it like, if you don't agree with me, you against me. And they don't want to have nothing to do with you. And that's just crazy to me. So cancel culture did go too far in that. And then it's just people just need to relax. They just need to relax. It's people too sensitive. It's not that. Yeah, it's just sensitivity. It's not that deep.
I think there's a lot of sensitivity going on. Because first, what are y'all thoughts on the freedom of speech, first off? Do you think that's a certain line that shouldn't be crossed when it comes to freedom of speech? Because in the Constitution, we're all entitled to our own opinions, but at the same time, we all kind of have a muzzle on what we want to say, but we can't say it because we don't want to hurt a certain group of people. If you know what I'm saying. So what is the line crossed with that between freedom of speech and what you feel like we should be able to say?
I'll let you go on next, Sean. The freedom of speech, I think. Well, just as me. I think people should be able to say what they want to say, as long as you don't go off those actions.
There you go. Yeah, that's
you can say anything you want to say, But now it's like everything is like delivered in a pamper.
Yeah.
A pamper. Babies with pampers. You got to be careful with everything you say, because they will get rid of you. Well, I ain't talking about killing nobody, but just saying like cancel culture. If you say something they don't approve of, they can shut your whole social media down. That's why Facebook have what they call the Facebook police.
Facebook jail.
Yeah.
Somebody can say something to you like, man, whatever. Don't let me catch you outside. They might send you one like that was offensive. Like, how's that offensive? I don't mean it. But they can dictate your life. But common sense should tell somebody if you know that person like that. They know exactly who your friends are on Facebook. Oh, yeah. But like Tony said, cancel culture always been here, but it wasn't as popular as it is now that it was back then. Right. And cancel culture can be in a good way. If you stand for what's truth and what's right, hey, this is a good community, like Tony says, it's a good community, we building this, we don't want this crap over here.
Right.
Exactly.
Y'all gotta go. Right. Or then just saying, hey, I saw Tony raking leaves outside and somebody went past and he called him a dog. What up, dog? What do you mean? Or that was offensive because now dogs got more rights than people do. Like I said earlier,
animals.
Animals, they literally crazy about animals than they are about people. And why is it like that? And it's all in the same box. Cancel culture, changing words in the dictionary, you know, or you can't say that. That's offensive. When did the world become so soft? When? The world is soft for 5 minutes. It got soft for 5 minutes ago. Then we started this conversation, and it's crazy. It shouldn't be like that. You can't say nothing. You can't do nothing. Freedom of speech was freedom of speech back then, but now it's a joke. They might have just taken it up out of there because you can't say what you want to say. Men and women should be able to come along, do podcasts, whatever, and say what they want to say. As long as you're not working, going by, how you say stuff like, you know what, no, I'm going to come to y'all house, y'all don't like what I had to say, I'm going to come up and holler at y'all. It shouldn't be like that. You can say what you want to say, agree to disagree.
And preaching genocide and stuff.
Yeah. You should be able to say what you want to say. But the thing about cancel culture is people don't like to be held accountable for nothing anymore. That's all it is. How dare you say this to me? If a man dressed up like a woman, you got to call her woman. Like, no, you're a man. Well, you hurt my feelings. What? How? And you a big executive for a show, and Tony's your anchor man. Your host. I'm sorry, you the producer, and you got to go to Tony and be like, well, you know what, man? You should have said another way. We got to let you go. For what? Yep. Because he called me a man and I'm a woman. No, homeboy, guess what? You're still a man. Mm-hmm. You can't change DNA. Sure. No matter what you do, no matter how much you try, the only way you can change DNA is if you can snap your finger like Thanos and erase your whole body structure and bring it back. Mm-hmm. But that's not going to happen. So you can't do anything anymore, and it's just not white people do with the cancel culture. You got your brothers and sisters do the same thing too.
Yeah, it's all racist.
It's all racist. And I never thought I would live in a world where all this stuff my old man was telling me came true. I never thought it would be true. We're living in the last days. Everything good is evil.
Well, you knew it was true. You just didn't know you would be alive to see it.
Exactly. There you go. Yeah, there you go. That's a better way to say it. Yeah. So, evil is praised. People that produces this cancel culture stuff, these people don't know nothing about truth. They don't. That's why they're so sensitive. Yeah. Oh, you can't say this. You can't do this. Dre, you can't go to work with a mustache. Sean, you can't have those earrings in your ear. All of it is a part of cancel culture. All of it. Yep. Because people point their fingers and say, well, I didn't do it, so you can't do it. We're two different people. We're two different people. Well, Tony, you got to cut your hair. It don't look appropriate for the business anymore. But y'all didn't say nothing 2 years ago when I was doing it. But if he said, you know what? I ain't cutting my hair. Well, guess what? We got to let you go. For what? It's hair. Sure. But guess what? Newsflash. This just in. White people got long hair.
Right. Fact.
All the time. They have me way down here. Nobody say, well, you got to cut your hair. It don't look appropriate for business. No. It sucks it's like that, but that's just the way it is. We got to be careful what we say and how we say things. Yeah. Kanye, he didn't do nothing wrong. Jews do pretty much run the world. It's true. It's true. Rappers before him said it. Ice Cube said it years ago. Public Enemy, all these guys been saying this stuff for years. But when he said, that goes to show you how the time changes. Yeah. When he said, they're like, oh, no, you're anti-Semite, homie. He didn't say anything bad about the Jews. He didn't. But them same people can say stuff bad about you.
Wow, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
And then, even if you have a difference of opinion, they try to make you look crazy for having that. You know what I'm saying? Or they try to make you the odd one out the ball.
Exactly,
stuff
man.
like that. Like,
I'm sorry.
Y'all good. About to read it.
Mel was like, I think you should be able to say what you want to say as long as it's not in a threatening way. Yeah. Just say it. Yeah. What Tony just said, yeah. Say what you want to say. Yeah. But they ain't saying nothing about all these rappers that's talking about shooting people in the head. And
ain't that crazy?
Killing your
brother and stuff like that.
alley dwellers with the women and stuff like that. They don't say nothing about that. Mm-hmm. Guess what? You can say that to your people. Y'all can kill each other. Make a video, make a song. I'm coming down on the block. If I see Sean out there, I'm going to bust him in the head with this Glock.
That's crazy.
They don't care because you paying their kids tuition anyway. But let it come back on them. Oh, you know what? The Jews said it was the Jews. This is, oh no, you can't say that about us. Nigga, do as I say, not as I do. That's all it means. That's what they try to shut down Kyrie Irving. It's the same thing.
No, they did.
Well, they did shut him down. They didn't try. They did.
I was riding with him.
And then he turned around and apologized. And then I heard on somewhere they said he apologized again. Like, dude, if you're going to stick to your guns, stick to your guns.
They had to do a list. They made a list.
Yeah, they made a list of stuff.
6 things he got to do.
Boy,
Like for what? For what?
I'm like, wow, this is bad.
I tell you one thing, God wasn't playing when he said you'd be a stranger in a strange land, wasn't he? And here you go right here. These people can shut you down, they can make you rich, they can make you famous, they can put you up, they can put you down, they can do anything they want to do. Long as they're doing it, we can't do it. That's why so much animosity towards black people. It's all the same thing. Cancel culture had to come from somewhere. Now it's twice as big as it used to be. I mean, it's like huge. But what can you do? There's nothing we can do about it. That's why, as Tony said, it can be good and it can be bad. It's a slippery slope.
But that's the thing, because you got some people that got, how can I put it? How somebody perception of something like really plays a part in a lot of that too at the same time, because you could sit there and say, okay, a group of people could say this is wicked, but then you have a little small group of people saying, okay, this is not wicked to me. Or to us, you know what I'm saying? So to us, we look at it as it's wicked and it's crazy, but then to that small group of people, they'll have a way of flipping it to make it look like it ain't wicked, if you get what I'm saying. So like, for example, if we talk about the music culture and stuff like that, as far as hip hop, to us, we can look at that as, okay, they producing violence and, promoting all that sex and all that stuff for the young kids and stuff. But then they'll sit there and look at it, okay, I'm making money, I'm helping inspire kids, they can relate to me and stuff like that, and they'll try to flip that wickedness to something that influence children to do the things that they're doing.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
right.
So it's like, the wickedness is clear as day, but it's all about perception in a way. You get what I'm saying? So, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, well, we could do the same thing with pedophilia.
I was just going to say
that's
that,
true.
man.
You know,
Got my head,
you know
man.
the little small group that think that's okay when it's not, clearly not. So it's like, it's I get the perception thing, but it ain't even perception. It's just people that's trying to normalize wicked.
Yeah.
They trying to normalize wicked. Well, it's wrong, but we're gonna make it. We're gonna normalize it. So if we do it enough, it's just normal now. So it ain't even perception. Even though this is wicked, we're gonna do it so much that it become normal. So they just trying to normalize wickedness. That's all it is. Because pedophilia is definitely something that you got a retarded group of people that think that's cool. Even though a lot of people don't, you got a nice section that think it is. That they think that's good.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And they like, no, like just because that little group think it's okay, that don't mean it's okay because they might like it. No, it's wrong. They just trying to normalize wicked stuff. That's why they try to add the P, I think, to the LGBTQ thing because you mentioned they're gonna add it to that to make that normal. Because remember, gay has always been around.
Yeah.
It's not normal, but like it's been on this earth for a while. You know what I'm saying? Even like pedophilia, rape, all that's been here.
It's been here.
But it's like now it's LGBT is normalized now. So now they trying to pedophilia has always been here, but it ain't been normalized. They trying to normalize it now.
That'd be crazy.
So
No, you better get ready for it.
And I
because
just
the show
wanna-
coming.
And go ahead.
I wanted to just say about like the cancel culture and everything. What happened with Kyrie Irving and Kanye West I find it funny how they doing this cancel culture stuff like to get rid of them, but that's actually making a problem. It's backfiring in a way, because if somebody's getting silenced and everything, and if somebody's telling the truth, wouldn't more people want to find out why he got silenced? So they gonna look into that, and then they gonna be like, actually, no, what he's saying is true. What he's saying is right. Then it's actually backfiring. Then they like, we supposed to silence him, but he's getting the following. So you actually making the problem worse with this cancel stuff, rather than just
because now you exposing that you got something to hide.
Exactly.
If it was full of crap, you'd be like, let them talk.
Right, let them talk. Ain't got
Let them do
exactly.
it.
But that's the thing. That's why they'll make you look crazy before people even try to join you.
Right.
That's why it's taking Kanye to look as crazy as he do all the time for people to sit here and try to listen to him.
so they
Right, because
actually
they've been painting that narrative on him forever. So when he say something real,
Yeah.
they be like, well, look at all the past stuff you did that he was actually tripping
Smart,
on.
man, yeah.
like,
Exactly.
That's a good
they're
point.
airing himself.
That's why people are
That's a
like,
good
just Kanye.
Yeah, it's just Kanye blowing off steam. He crazy.
But I've talked to a lot of people, and like for a lot of brothers, like family members and everything, and my mom's friends and everything, and they all agree like he's not lying. He's not lying.
I gotta say something though.
Okay.
The camera got to be on me for this one. I gotta say it. And it's funny. I always felt this, but it felt good to hear somebody else say it because it's true. Kanye is not lying at all, but he capping, and I'm gonna tell you why. if you pay attention to what he say, he always talk about the different brands, Balenciaga and all this type of stuff.
Okay.
Kanye is part of that world.
True.
The only reason why he's talking stuff is because they're denying him entry.
Oh yeah.
That's true.
Yes.
And I remember like the Tariq, like different people was making good points that like the black people that like that be white, they was like, bro, they said if they didn't marginalize him like how he claimed, he wouldn't be talking about that because he'll be in.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So he's in that world as far as he's close to those people, but they won't let him in the door. But he's there, he's dwelling. So that's why he keeps saying, oh, Balenciaga, they keep marginalizing me. Like, so if they were just like, okay, well, you know what, Kanye, all right. Well, we the white man that's gonna let the little nigga come on. You want to come in? Come on in. Everything you was crying about, we'll give it to you.
Yeah,
He wouldn't give a hell because he got what he want. So the stuff he's speaking is facts, but now he's speaking. He only speaking facts because he's losing.
So it's not really genuine.
It ain't genuine.
Okay.
If he got everything he wanted, and he was just like, all right, that's why I love Michael Jackson.
Cool.
They don't really care about us. Remember all that, and then it just I love Michael, but remember all that Illuminati stuff. Michael was in there too. All of them. I love him.
Yeah.
But the reason I liked Michael because Michael was proof that even though he was part of that, he was like, I'm tired and it's wrong. See, Kanye ain't even got in there yet. He's trying to get in there, and the white people are like, we just ain't messing with you. So he's butthurt because he can't get in.
Yeah.
Michael was in.
Buttered.
And then while he was there, he was like, you know what? They don't really care about us. I didn't got in, and now I see the wickedness of Sony and all that because I'm in here. No, now I'm finna say, hey y'all, they don't really care about. I'm finna put in this song. I'm telling. So it ain't like Michael was fighting to get in. Michael was already in there and was like, now I'm finna tell y'all the truth. And right when he's finna do it, they killed him. Kanye trying to get in. So it's like it ain't even genuine. Now the facts he's saying is right. But look who it's coming from. It's coming from somebody who's dying to be part of Balenciaga or the different names. He be like the Adidas. He be bragging. And I noticed he always brag about, well, they won't let me do this and give me my creative freedom. Yeah. Why are you trying so hard to be a part of their world?
Yeah.
Why are you trying to be a part of their world?
If you don't want it so bad, just let it go.
Just let it go. Yeah.
But see, this is what happens when you value white culture. Don't nobody love themselves and just, if I don't make it to this white man's world, I'm nothing. If I don't make it to Hollywood, if I don't become the greatest actor, if I don't become this, because remember, the white man is the gatekeeper to all this.
Yeah.
Entertainment, he the reason why you get rich. And if you don't like it, he could cut your funds. The white man runs all of this. So when people goal is to live in the white man's world and get what the white man wants, the treasures that the white man gives, if they don't get that, they feel they're not adequate enough. So as long as you try to assimilate and be a part of the white man's world, you ain't never gonna be happy. So that's why you got to love yourself and live for yourself and be like, okay, yeah, God put me on this earth. He got the last say. I don't give a damn about Stephen King or whoever these people in Hollywood. Right. Okay, yeah, if I'm just being real and they just like me enough to be like, all right, well, cool, so we know you don't get hell. We're going to put you in the movie. And I'm like, all right, cool. And let's just say I get there. I'm finna get on the movie. And they be like, you know what? We just changed our mind. We don't want you, nigga. I'm not finna be like, I was this close to Hollywood. I'm like, all right, bye. And I'm going to go home.
Let me, yeah.
But everybody be dying to be part of white culture that when the white man tells them no, they cry. Some commit suicide. They have eating disorder. I could have been on Broadway and this and like that, and I got turned down. Why is y'all trying to kiss white ass so much? That's all. And that's for actors.
But it's true.
Actors, musicians,
anybody,
athletes. Everybody wants to kiss white ass. They do, because you got to go through them to get rich, to get this, to get that. What's wrong with saying, dude, I'm a regular person. I work a job. I love God. I spend time. That's why I love the J. Cole, because he was keeping it real about himself. He wanted that whole.
Right.
But then once he got there, he was like, dude, F all this stuff is stupid. Yep. That's why he be in tube socks and a jogging and a hoodie, and people be like, bro, you J. Cole, you rich. Why you got a cracked iPhone? He was like, I don't care about this stuff. But they like, well, since you got money, live the fake life and be like, yeah. He was like, bro, none of this stuff matters. But everybody want to be that. Everybody want to be that nigga. Everybody want to be that B. Everybody want to be in the spotlight. Everybody want to be on TV. Everybody want to have a spotlight on them instead of just living their life. So, yeah, Kanye capping.
I agree.
The white people is saying no, 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 and smacking him on the hand like you can't come in, and he mad because he can't get in. So now, well, what's the next best thing I can do? I can be the whistleblower and tell on them, because if they let me in, I'll shut up. But since they won't get me in and invite me to the clubs, I'm going to just say, yeah, y'all bogus now. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah. And I actually agree with that too, Tony, they won't let Kanye in, because that's what we had these conversations about, like, well, with white people. They like the culture, with black culture and everything. They, so.
Yeah, they like black culture, but not black people.
Yeah. So.
And that's all races. That ain't just white.
But yeah, so but out of time. No, I'm just kidding. So we hope we share some insight with y'all out there in social media land. We hope y'all been enlightened with this topic we had, and stay tuned, stick around because we're gonna be here with part 2 of PTSD show in about 10 minutes. 5
Not
minutes.
even that, right? Before we
Right.
close it, I'm
soon,
going right back
soon
on.
as we close it out, we'll be right back up in a couple seconds. So just give us some time. So stick around.